Hey everyone, I'm television's John Hayden. Let's queer up entertainment. GLAAD report finds LGBTQ plus representation in films declining for third straight year. The new study says LGBTQ plus representation in major studio films continued its decline, marking the third straight year for losses. Merely 46 of 225 films released last year featured queer characters, meaning only about 20% of last year's movies are inclusive of the queer community. That's down from a record 28.5% in the 2023 study. GLAAD president and CEO Sarah Kate Ellis says, quote, "If the industry doesn't prioritize investing in films with LGBTQ plus characters, it risks losing a generation that will go elsewhere to find entertainment that does include our community," end quote. The report identifies mid-budget and horror films as positive standouts for queer inclusion and praises Hedda, Blue Moon, and Sorry Baby for centering LGBTQ plus characters. However, GLAAD found no transgender representation in the films. The report says, quote, "The misrepresentation and exclusion of trans characters and stories in entertainment, while politicians and anti-LGBTQ plus activists are fixated on targeting trans people through misinformation, anti-trans legislation, and violence, is unconscionable." GLAAD's report focused on the 10 biggest distributors, including Disney, Sony, A24 and Netflix, and praises several small distributors for expanding their queer storytelling. It also says younger audiences are driving the demand for queer content. I mean, you know what? You got to look at us. You got to recognize this, or we will go elsewhere. Because people aren't going to the movies anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, when I worked at Deco, we would have, I remember there would easily be at least 300 to at least, numbers, they're hard. There would be at least 3 $200 million debut weekends per summer and another 3 around the holidays. We don't have that anymore.
That doesn't even exist anymore, you know? And the reality is that Gen Z is the queerest generation ever. All right. And they don't want to go to the movies because they don't see themselves in the movie theater. Think about all the streaming options that we have. You know, GLAAD does this also when it comes to TV, right? And for TV, we've got a lot more representation than we do in films.
Yeah.
All right. Gen Z is not going to pay $24 to go to the movies.
It's a lot.
Okay, they're not going to pay it. They're just not. And especially if they're not going to see themselves on it. So, I mean, they keep on wondering why they're losing the younger generation. This is why.
It is.
And, you know, businesses are, you know, producers are not investing in our storytelling at this point. And that's a clear, you know, view of exactly where we are in terms of our administration and stuff. So, you know, we need people to invest more in our stories and stuff. And so getting the word out there. So things like Outshine Film Festival here and telling our stories. And A24, you know, and some of these Netflix stuff that you see, it's so important. So definitely, it's worth the buck to just, you know, stream.
When was the last time you went to the movies, Edward?
I went and saw, what did we see last? Outsiders. The Outsiders, I think, was
in
last
1983. When the hell was that?
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
I was like,
I was like, what? I'm like, that sounds like a really old movie.
Obsession. I'm sorry, Obsession.
Obsession.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that what it is?
Obsession.
Yes.
What was that about?
A guy dating another. This girl was.
Okay, he fell asleep through it. But he went. Okay, but you went.
Did, yeah.
But you went. Okay, when was the last time you went to the movies, John?
Wicked Part 2. So about 6 months ago, probably.
Okay, yeah. But for Wicked Part 2, that was very gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I went for Devil Wears Prada 2 because very gay, you know?
I briefly stopped that train. Okay, and that was
very
recent.
Very gay. You don't get more gay and more drag queen than that.
Yeah,
okay, and you win. Okay, because I wish more people saw that. You see, GLAAD? Did you take that into account? Stop that train. That's for next year. Okay, a lot of queer representation there. Hello, Latrice Royale.
Hello.
There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.